This is episode 2 of the October Country Comics podcast. Isn't that right, Will?
You're damn right it is.
I'm just shocked we made it.
You're shocked we made it?
Well, you're shocked we made it to the second episode. Here we go.
Like that we're here, or that we are actually doing a second episode?
We made it.
Little column A, little column B.
Little column A, little column B.
Alrighty.
I just have to make sure we're going there.
So,
all right.
Alrighty. So, thank you again, everyone who tuned in for our first live stream episode. It was really great.
Yeah, you can still check that out on the channel. That's still up.
Yes.
The first episode. Yes. Yeah, it automatically uploads.
We're probably going to have, for the foreseeable future, all the episodes are going to be up because we don't have that many yet.
That's true. This is the second episode.
This is the second episode.
I also want to thank the people that liked and shared the podcast.
Yeah. Do that. If
really,
you like it,
share it with your friends. Share it with your comic friends, with your movie friends.
Your mother.
Subscribe, ring that bell.
Really? Share
with
everyone.
Ring the bell if you want to know. Get the notifications when we upload. You immediately know. You're like, October Country just uploaded a video. We might, who knows? We might develop more series. We might do a lot more things than just a podcast. We're coming up. We're brainstorming over here.
We're brainstorming.
But right now, this podcast. This is our pride and joy right here.
He said his. You heard that
he
right?
Did.
He's really going to edit all of us out.
He really is. He's going to. This podcast is we're going to just come out.
This is the second episode of my ego's already like Empire State Building levels right now.
You're like Jay-Z levels.
This was going to happen one day. We're going to have.
I'm like Kanye over here.
Oh God.
Yeah. Scoop-a-dee poop poop.
Get out. Get out now.
God, that man is a mystery.
That man is a gem of nothing.
Okay, so all right, this is what everyone really came here for, to listen to the podcast about comics, comic news, and all that
pop
good stuff.
culture.
Pop culture. Maybe question for you, Steve, is Get Pop Cultured copyrighted, or can anyone use that?
I don't think it's doing it this year.
No, I thought they're not.
No, I don't. For the last I heard, they're not doing it this year.
Really? Barnes & Noble isn't doing their pop culture event of the last 5 years?
I don't know.
We can say the names of businesses.
No, we can. But I did. No, yeah.
You don't work there.
I don't. But my the confidentiality contract I signed when I got booted was.
Oh,
I am not. I in no way own this catchphrase, but they are not your supervisors anymore.
Oh.
They are not your supervisors.
How long is the contract viable for? Like forever?
No, I can't talk about like the ins and outs. Get Pop Culture is not an in or out.
That's fine.
Oh.
So as far as I know, I mean, I'll find out like next week.
Well, listen, for everyone out there, if it's not copyright, and
you're
gonna
steal Get Pop Culture,
we're going to. We're taking it back. We're the pop culture people. We're taking it back.
Our entire medium is gonna be us ripping off other people immediately.
This is gonna be great.
We're gonna be like, Get Pop Cultured, yeah, slam dunk. It's just gonna be like a bunch of pictures.
You know what though? No.
Hey guys, Trickster for kids. Like it's just gonna be.
No, in my defense, though, I should be allowed to, since I ran 90% of those events anyway, so it's fine.
For the whole company?
No, for my store.
Just for your store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Harry Potter,
so
Get Pop Culture. It's all the same.
How about just so let's not toot your own horn about running all the events for them. Just saying.
Yeah, watch our ego over here.
Really? Yeah. This is all gonna get edited out anyway.
We also
probably.
Have to,
this is a disclaimer right now. We do not. We are not responsible for any damage to your eardrums following listening to this podcast.
I cackle
at any point.
I am nothing but a cackler.
Scream.
I'm one cackling sassy woman.
I am a cackling sassy woman, according to Will.
You yelled like someone kicked your mother.
Well, all right, let's get on with these topics.
Okay, we need to get into it.
All right, so listen, we're gonna get into it. We've kept you waiting long enough.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Our first order of business today are new releases that are coming out this week. The two big releases this week are Amazing Spider-Man #1 and Superman #1. Amazing Spider-Man #1 is written by Nick Spencer and drawn by Ryan Otley. It's the I burped. I didn't want to burp into the mic, so I was trying to.
I thought you were like nauseous from the artist.
No. What is wrong with you?
Amazing Spider-Man and Superman #1.
Hey, listen, the Superman. I'm actually kind of excited for Superman #1. It looks actually.
I thought you read Man of Steel though.
I did read Man of Steel. Man of Steel was okay. It was an interesting lead-in to the Action Comics and Superman series.
Yeah, I want to know how like that divvies up between Superman and Action, how that's going to differ from each other. Because, like, I read Action, but I don't read Superman. And I read the whole Man of Steel arc. I wasn't, like, a huge fan of it. But
yeah, but I also did. I also got to the end, and I didn't hate it. It's a book where, you know, it was 6 issues of a story that could definitely have been told in less. But the overall story, when you got to the end, was decent. I believe Ivan Reis is drawing regular Superman. If someone can double check that real quick, just see who's.
Memento.
So Superman #1 is the Superman book itself. The first story arc, anyway, is focusing mainly on the Phantom Zone. For all you big Superman fans out there, Phantom Zone has been a big staple of the Superman mythology. So we're gonna see it. Excuse me. We're gonna see it interacting directly with Earth, is what the solicits have said. So that should be interesting. It's a different take rather than just having it its own separate dimension all the time.
That should be interesting. I'm excited to see. Is it like the interdimensional effects of like you left the Phantom Zone open, idiot? Like, what did you do? Or because they hinted at like he's coming back. Whoever I forget the villain's name for Man of Steel.
I can also tell you, just flipping through trying to find the artist.
Yeah.
It's whoever's doing it is really pretty.
Yeah, I think it.
They themselves are just a really pretty person.
They got both names. Joe Prado and Ivan Reis are the two artists that are listed.
Is that who's he in bed with? Is that the firefighter?
It looked like
no.
Lois.
It's Lois.
Okay, I'm really glad. I'm like, if he makes him get together with that stupid firefighter character, I'm gonna be an angry boy.
Listen, Superman, yes, it looks like it's gonna be really interesting. The art is very nice. Also, interesting note. DC has changed their paper quality for the new books.
Oh, I thought that was just one thing for
no,
Catwoman.
It's actually all of them. Yeah, I flipping through. I flipped through a couple of the newer books. There's a couple that are still using the glossy paper, but most of them are the non-gloss matted paper now.
Bringing it old school.
Which I actually think makes the books look way better. I think the art pops more on that style rather than the glossy, and also it's just nicer to read them because you're not like getting glare in your eyes and everything else while you're trying to read.
Yeah. That was.
Well, you had that look on your face like you didn't even pay attention to anything I just said.
No, I did. I mean, I'm excited. I haven't taken a look at this new form of paper they're using.
Didn't you flip through Catwoman?
You picked up Catwoman, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I never bought Catwoman.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry for you. That book was brilliant.
I didn't want to.
Oh.
Catwoman's not a character that I look at and I'm like, that's all me. That's what I'm going to read.
You're so missing out on life. That book was everything I needed it to be.
Anyway,
I didn't even read it, and we still had to argue about Alfred.
Hey, we're not. Are we talking about that? Like,
no, we're listen.
No,
because I could
too new.
Too new. So moving on. Amazing Spider-Man #1. That's going to be out tomorrow as well, or today. Depends on when you listen to the podcast. It is this week. Amazing Spider-Man #1, like I said, is Nick Spencer and Ryan Ottley. Ryan Ottley, he's just coming off of Invincible with Robert Kirkman from Image. He's a very wonderful artist. He's bringing a classic style back to the Spider-Man books, which is it's hopefully going to bring in some new readers and some old readers alike. Flipping through it, there's some really cool stuff that they've touched upon. There's an interesting villain that shows up, and something else that happens that a lot of Spider-Man fans have been waiting for a while. Super excited about this book. I'm like a huge Spider-Man fan. First comic was Spider-Man, so I am excited. This book looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah.
Can I just like spitball what it was?
What? No, don't.
Why?
No,
I just want to guess.
No, why are you going to guess?
Fine.
I don't want to ruin it.
The villain that shows up?
No, well, this is actually it's a newer villain, a new villain.
Ooh.
Oh.
So
Fascinating.
That's gonna be it's interesting. And actually, there's a couple of twists on some other villains in the series as well. There's a lot in this first issue.
So, just based off of this takes place after the Free Comic Book Day, like little teaser we got, or is it like the finishing of the issue?
Yeah, it's definitely it takes place after
Okay.
the Free Comic Book Day issue was definitely like a 0 issue.
Okay.
So anyone who read that and enjoyed that, you're gonna be getting more of that. But no, yes. So Amazing Spider-Man out this week. Definitely something to pick up if you're an old-time Spider-Man fan. It's a good jumping on point for new readers and a re-entry point for a lot of old readers who maybe haven't been reading it for a while. Next up, one of the other big releases this week is Flash number 50, which is the conclusion to Flash War, and I will let Will take this one because he is the Flash fan in the house.
I don't have the advantage that you do of actually flipping through the issue before it comes out. However, though, I am excited. It was a shorter war than I thought it was going to be because the war itself only lasted like 3 issues. But
It was a mini war.
including the issue that's coming out now, that'll be 3 issues. I think the official they were like, it was kind of building. If you count the build-up issues, which are about 2 or 3 more issues, which is a fine length, it's all right. There are no tie-ins. Flash War is a good event, and I forgot you reminded me of how good the beginning of the Flash series was with the Godspeed arc.
Well, yeah, that's
the
because
new villain that they introduced. I totally forgot about that and how much I really liked that.
That's because I'm stupid behind, and I was asking you things, and you were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well then yeah. So when you get to that part, then this other thing happens, and I was like, I didn't read that
I
part
said
yet, Will.
one thing, and I'm not even sure if it's true because I didn't even remember that happened. But the Godspeed arc, yes, I did like that, and I did enjoy that. But as for Flash War, it's been really good thus far. You get to see what happens when the Speed Force is broken. We're gonna find out.
Is that when we get the still
That's
force?
crazy. Oh yeah. Oh my God. There's a great scene.
Is that like
in the
literally
thing-
it? I was just being
Oh
an
yeah.
awful person.
You haven't. It's Scott Snyder's run of Justice League. He didn't get. I don't think Scott's the one that came up with the Still Force because in the
sad.
book, in the Flash book, he goes, "There's many forces. There's the Still Force, the Strength Force," and he's using it's Zolomon, and he's using all of the different forces to beat up Flash and Wally. He's the one that's like, there are a bunch of forces, and now they're all gonna. So I think it's either the Still Force that might, tie into what's happening in Justice League right now, which Flash is like, the Still Force, but it's only inhibiting me when the plot deals with it. Because right now, there was only one scene in Justice League thus far in all 4 issues that have been out that I've read.
I thought it was only 3.
No, the 4th one just came out last week, I think.
For what?
Justice League.
Third.
Was it the 3rd?
3. I told
Okay,
you.
it was the 3rd,
I wasn't
but
wrong.
it hasn't.
There's a first for everything, Steve.
Is it there though?
There's always a first for everything. But no, yeah, no. So here. Back to the Flash stuff, though. I mean, so is there anything you're expecting from the run?
The main thing I'm excited for is whether or not we're gonna see more of the speedsters we've been missing from this entire arc, because they've been talking about them, and now Wally's like, oh, they existed, that was a thing.
What speedsters are we missing?
We're missing everybody else.
Yeah, we're missing
Jay,
everyone.
Bart, their kid, all of both Barry and I think Wally only had kids, right?
Yeah, Wally had 2. He had twins.
Yeah,
The Lightning twins.
they talked about earlier in the Flash run, though. They're like, Barry, you're gonna have twins, and they're gonna go nuts. But
Oh.
that's way earlier. So that's.
Well, yeah, but I mean the thing that
I don't think Barry had any kids pre-52, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Bart's his grandson.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, but
Is Bart?
in his run, did he ever did you ever get to see Iris have the kids that end up having Bart? or
Yeah.
like in real time? Like, did Iris ever actually get pregnant and have the kids, and then that be like a story? Like, did
Like
he
an
just have the
on-scene
kids?
thing.
Yeah, like, did he just have the kids up till New 52? Is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
did they
they
just
had their-
roll with a storyline that he had kids for
Yeah.
for the entire rest of the arc?
Yeah,
Really?
he had kids pre-52
Oh,
because
alright.
that was the whole thing. Barry was dead for like 25 years.
And then he came back and had kids.
No, he already had the kids. That's why Bart existed. Because while Barry was dead, it was Wally West and Bart Allen.
And doesn't Bart Allen become Kid Flash?
But Barry,
He
like,
becomes Impulse.
That's
but
Impulse.
Iris had the
Okay.
kids before Barry died.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Then.
But
then. Yeah. Their kids.
But there's a
I
lot
don't think
of
they talked about them. But Hunter Zolomon is like, dude, you had kids, and he's like, oh, I had kids. I need to go save them. They're in the Speed Force.
Dear
So
God.
yeah, no. What?
Dear God, to all. I Will,
That's
you
like-
just you never surprise me with your voices.
Dude,
thanks.
you would put like 30-year soap opera stars to shame with your overacting.
Why do you do this to me?
Well,
so
because-
far, every episode, I almost said every issue. Every issue of this.
Every
Every-
episode,
every
too.
episode.
All of the two
we could
episodes.
do a thing where it's like issue number 2. Like that's
Listen,
how we number
so long
the
as I can just like
podcast.
wear shoulder pads and Dynasty smack someone, I'm solid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You've got like the suit. Are there shoulder pads in that suit?
No, that's actually. No, that's me.
Oh,
That's you.
those
That's
broad
me.
shoulders.
That's all you.
That's
That's not
all me.
That's
That-
not.
those
That's not
broad
some
shoulder boy.
fake shoulder
Nah,
pads.
that's
like,
not some
it's not
Alexis-
airbrushed in. Nothing.
That is
no?
not some Alexis
all
Carrington
Steve.
nonsense. That's all me. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Flash War. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm really excited too about it. I mean, I still have some ways to go to catch up, but you know, I have. It's from what I understand, there's a big reveal in this issue. Something Flash fans are probably going to go nuts about.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I
No,
wanna
would.
know.
I would hope not.
I'm not even a Flash fan, and I want to know what it is.
Well, I
Well,
can't
then
tell
get
you.
the
I'm not
issue
gonna-
tomorrow.
Yeah. Pick up Flash number
Technically
50.
today.
I gotta work tomorrow.
Look at
Go to
that.
your
Look at
your
that.
comic book store right now. What are you doing? Actually, you can
I'm
go in your
sitting
car
in my
and put
comic
the
book
aux
store.
cord, plug it into your phone, play the podcast while you drive to your local comic book store. Hopefully, if you're
It's
around the New
October
Pulse
Country.
area, come to October Country.
October
If you're-
Country Comics.
October Country Comics.
Right
Come
in
on.
New
Look
Pulse.
it up in your GPS.
246 Main Street,
Seriously?
Suite 15B.
Shameless plug.
Of your own store.
I mean, why would we not plug the store?
Does it really count as a shameless plug if it's your own store?
The
That's my question.
podcast is called October
brand.
Country Comics.
Well, that's what I mean.
The address should be in our channel about section.
Anyway,
That should be a thing.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So anyway, moving on.
Let's
So
see.
yeah. So Flash War. It's the last issue of Flash War. It's the culmination. It's issue 50. So that's a nice big round number for DC to reach.
Okay.
Snippet of us
Anyway,
talking about
back
it.
on track here.
Yeah,
Back on track.
'cause-
So we have Hawkman number 2 is also out this week. Hawkman number 1 came out a couple weeks ago. This is
What an awesome character! I should have worn my Hawkman shirt. I have one.
You do. You're like the only person I know.
I'm gonna tell.
He
I
bought
bought
it
it
from
here.
He did.
I know. I think I was here.
It was a thing.
You bought it, but you only bought it to upset your friend.
No, it was a pretty cool shirt. I've actually worn
you
it. It's
bought
pretty
it
snug,
specifically
though.
to upset your friend.
No, I did. I thought it was
Anyway.
cool.
You
I thought it was
spiteful
funny.
thing. You.
I thought it was.
It wasn't
it
a
was a
spite, you
funny
just thought it was
joke, but it's a
funny.
pretty. It would have been.
I have
it would have been
complimented
that
you on
if
that
I
shirt
gave
a
it
few
to him.
times.
Anyway,
Oh
okay.
my god!
So
I want to tell. Did I tell you the Burger King story? Because I want to.
We are never gonna get through.
Okay.
new
Anyway,
issues,
yeah,
so you
no.
can wait till
we
after
have
this
yeah.
is
There's
over.
like literally
Like we're on
this
like
is-
40 minutes now, and we've got through 4 books.
Okay.
Okay.
So
3.
Hawkman 2.
What's Hawkman like, Devon? You're
Hawkman,
the only person I know that's actually flipped through that book.
Well, Robert Venditti is writing it.
Oh,
and-
I thought it was Brian Hill writing it too.
no.
Oh, I do like Venditti.
Yeah, Venditti's writing
He's a good
it.
time.
Ventity.
It's Venditti and Hitch.
Hitch is the one.
Hitch is the artist.
Okay.
Brian Hitch and Robert Venditti. But the book is basically the goal of this book is to clean up the goal.
Oh, I
The
thought you said the
goal-
gall. I
the
was like,
gall.
The gall of.
I was like, oh god,
The
this
gall.
is gonna get deep.
I think you could go with the gall as well. I mean,
Yeah.
considering what I'm about to say.
The gall of bitch
the-
and Ventity.
What?
What's
Okay.
wrong with you?
All right. Okay.
Anyway, no. So you better edit that out.
I won't.
Please don't.
So
Just
the
bleep it.
goal of this book is to clean up all of the continuity problems with Hawkman. Is he from outer space? Is he from Egypt? Is he reincarnated?
Is this like the 5th time DC's been like, all right, we're going to tell you the real origin of Hawkman. No confusion, no nothing.
Well,
we're
that's
just
what the
going to
whole-
the
that's what
straight
the-
origin.
That's what the whole point of Rebirth has been, and now now that they have the opportunity to do it with Hawkman, and they've found someone with a decent story and idea for it, that's just the goal.
We're gonna get the real confirmed origin of Hawkman.
Yes, it's gonna clean everything up. That's the thing is there's so many different stories. I mean, he's from Hawk World. He came to Earth.
Yeah, Themyscira.
But then
Why couldn't we
think of
get
what it was
why
called.
couldn't we get Tyler to do this episode? Damn, that would have been great. He's got to be on the next one.
Oh man. Anyway, so yes, it's gonna clean up all of the Hawkman continuity issues. We're gonna find out the true secret origin of the Hawkman. Maybe even Hawk people.
the Thanagarians.
the
Thank you. I could not
Thanagarians.
think of. I'm literally sitting here
Thanagarians.
like stumped. Why can't I think of what this is called? My question though is, he's still running around with metal wings? Because that was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie about that.
No, I think only Kendra's doing that. I thought
Yeah.
it was only Kendra got the metal wings.
like before. I don't know how long ago. I think it was like in the 90s. He had just metallic wings that he just.
Oh,
Well, I
blew.
also
not as
think
far as
we're-
I know,
Oh, I
but I
used to
like
love
the
that.
I like the idea that comics have created where if your winged character is dumb, just give him metal wings. Give him metal wings, then make him cool. Because now he can shoot stuff from the wings, and he's not just a dude that flies. Like that's just been our
listen.
answer
Well,
to every.
listen.
Hey, he just has wings. What
Dark
else?
Hawk is a good character.
You
I was
leave-
referring to Archangel.
You
and,
can
and
leave Angel
currently
alone.
Kendra, but
Kendra.
Hawkgirl. That's the version of Hawkgirl they're using for
leave
Justice
Dark
League.
Hawk out of this.
Darkhawk, you mean that great character?
Go
He
on.
makes me not want to get tie-ins anymore because I'm like, what is this? What is this doing? I don't understand.
Well, who is he now? Is he Dark Hawk or Starhawk?
Is who
or no,
what?
he's
I am
Dark
so
Starhawk?
confused.
Yeah,
Or
he's Dark Starhawk,
Starhawk.
I
What?
think.
What the hell is a dark? What is happening?
Just
Was that metal?
no. This is
Marvel.
This is Marvel.
For what?
This is part
For
of the Infinity
Infinity.
Countdown.
I don't
Dark
ca-
Hawk.
Okay,
Yeah.
that took me a minute.
Dark Hawk. Anyway, so yeah. Again, Hawkman 2 is out this week. Cleaning up the continuity. We hope.
Sweep.
For now.
So, and maybe we'll finally get a definitive answer about the Thanagarians. Are they people with wings? Are they people who created wings to fly? Are the wings attached? Are they not attached?
I really
We're-
hope they're biological. I've always thought the attached wings are the stupidest thing ever.
Why?
Hold on, give me a minute. I got a clip on my wings.
Oh,
like,
you said
what the-
detached. I thought you said attached.
No, I want them to be like biologically
Okay.
like part of their body because
So
that
you
was
want
a
like
that was
an
a
angel
cool
thing.
aspect of like that.
'Cause
That was a
angels are
really
cool.
cool aspect of the first time I had ever seen the attached wings were in Justice League. Hawkgirl's wings are like attached to her; they're part of her body,
Yeah.
while Hawkman's wings weren't because he was like the reincarnated Egyptian. The answer's not definitive in the show either because she meets Hawkman and he's like, "We're reincarnated like Egyptian gods or aliens," and she's like, get away from me. And John was there in the Egyptian time. Like, John is also the reincarnation of himself.
You know what, though?
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I was happy they killed off Carter. But that man was really pretty to stare at to watch in DG.
They didn't
They
kill
didn't
off
kill
Carter.
him off in the show.
Yeah,
No,
they
they
do.
didn't.
Justice League. No,
He
they
was in
don't.
the finale.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh.
That's what I thought you
No,
guys
they
were
also brought
talking
him back
about.
in that too.
The
Did
problem
they actually bring him?
Yeah,
bring
at the
him
very
back?
Yeah, they
end.
brought him back at the end.
Oh.
They revived him.
Because what happens
Which
is
was stupid. Hawkman in the entire Arrowverse was meaningless.
Yeah,
like
other
every
than-
fight he was in, he got his ass kicked like in no time.
Other than literally
Okay.
being a pretty piece of cardboard, that was
okay, I'm
all
sorry.
he did.
I can't entirely be upset with Hawkman in the Arrowverse. First off, I don't particularly care for the Arrowverse shows, but
They warped him.
moment-
They warped him
Yeah, but you
super
know what?
hard.
But you
He
know
was
what?
this badass
Well,
character.
okay.
He'd show up and he'd be like, "I'm gonna kick your butts," and then they'd kick his.
Okay. Yeah, but
Can
you
I?
know-
I actually have a point to make to Will, and then
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's where we can get back on topic. I got caught up on Supergirl.
Yeah.
Just watch the season finale because Supergirl does some stuff that if Wally did it, some other stuff would go terribly wrong. And the fact that it doesn't happen for her, like it kind of does, but it doesn't. It broke, but like I literally fell off my couch laughing, imagining you screaming at the television.
We're gonna
That is
talk
how
about
good
this
that is.
next week. We're gonna
Okay,
talk
not
about
let me
it.
forget.
Anyway,
Okay.
but again, I can't entirely hate Hawkman because Hawkman did one thing that everyone else in the rest of the Arrowverse has not been able to do in any of those shows.
Die properly.
No, he shattered all of Cisco's hopes and dreams and
Oh
love
my
and happiness.
God.
It was the greatest moment in Arrowverse
That was
history.
pretty awful. Yeah.
I don't
The greatest
care.
moment in
I don't care.
Arrowverse
I
history
can't
will be
stand
when
that
they
character.
finally kill Felicity. Jesus Christ. A friend of mine said they
Oh, God,
might
we are
they
never
might
gonna
actually
get-
kill her off this season. We don't know, or the season's over, so we'll. There
I
has
still
been
gotta
no
watch
news.
that.
I don't know. Okay,
gotta
well,
catch
again, all right. So here we go. The next up on the new release list that is a big seller this week, or hopefully big seller, is going to be X-23 #1. Laura Kinney is now X-23 again. Obviously, because there's a lot of big Wolverine stuff happening, so she can't call herself Wolverine. She is with her sister, Gabby, and looks like they're going to be tearing some stuff up.
I really just want to imagine Wolverine come back and then see her being called Wolverine and go, no.
So anyway, Steve, your opinions on the X-23 relaunch? Are you happy she's back to being X-23? Are you disappointed? How are you feeling?
Did you not see this coming? Because if not, I'll scream.
No, I totally saw it coming. It was just like Tom Taylor's all new Wolverine was quite possibly like the best thing I've read for the last few years. And it ends really like lovingly, and it's such a like great goodbye to him writing the character. The artist for this new book, I am super pumped about. He also worked on the Elektra miniseries that wasn't that amazing, but really pretty to look at. This writer, what's her name? I know I just had it. I am slightly worried. How do you even pronounce that?
Can I please?
Mariko Tamaki.
Oh
Mariko
my God.
Tamaki.
Or Tamaki.
I am like she's slowly building my faith back up in her. Because
Well, again, you have to. We're judging off of something that was also
Well-
editorial.
well, that's what I'm getting at. Because
Well, what was it?
She-Hulk.
She did
Or
her
She-Hulk.
so
the
her
She-Hulk book or Hulk.
her Hulk book was pretty
Okay.
Um,
More towards the side of.
It would have been like a good like 6-issue story, and then like stop being so doom and gloom and start doing something positive, because I don't need my Jen to be like this giant walking depression ball.
Was
Well,
that
you-
her starting to deal with the fact that she's like, oh, I'm losing control?
It
Well,
was
no,
her
it
going
was-
through PTSD.
Yeah, it was
Oh, from the Thanos thing?
From
from the
Thanos
Thanos
stuff.
thing, from Bruce being dead, and I mean, this book was purely editorial
Yeah.
based. This was, hey, we need, Hulk is dead, we need a Hulk, so we're just gonna call her Hulk, and
And go
people
from there.
She-Hulk doesn't sell well, so we're just gonna make her a big rage Hulk.
Yeah.
And then like, it
And it
was,
didn't work.
No, it didn't.
However, Supergirl being super was super delightful. That was a lot of fun, and I'm actually enjoying what is it, Claws of a Killer?
Yes.
With Dakin, Lady
Oh,
Deathstrike, and
that version
Sabretooth.
of the Hunt for. Are you reading all the Hunt for Wolverines?
I am.
That one's not my favorite, but
No, but
it's
it's
all
like
right.
decently good.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's weird. The way they released them is kind of like the order of enjoyability. like Weapon Lost with Daredevil. And
That
the
is
Street
my
Cat.
favorite one.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Adamantium Agenda, which is the second series they released, is
The first issue was not that good. That second issue, though, really brought it
Well,
back.
I do really like
it's-
the Adamantium Agenda.
It's a lot of fun because it's the new Avengers back together,
for the most part.
and then you have Claws of a Killer, which is it's fun because it's all the other other Weapon X characters going after this. Hold on, stop. Okay, let me finish. And then you have Mystery of Madripoor, which is kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
we need to see where this is
It's not
going.
bad.
It's not, but it's not also.
I have no idea where we're going with this
Yeah.
now. Now we're like off the rails. Half of them are like in prison, and the other half are running
But
around.
she writes a really good Sabretooth and Lady Deathstrike together, which makes me have hope that like this X-23 book is going to be really good. Also, she's bringing the Cuckoos into it for some random reason, and I am so about that. I
Into
love
this
me some
X-23
Cuckoos.
book?
Yeah, I do. I love them. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging
I love
you.
The
I
Stepford
think
Cuckoos.
the Cuckoos are great. I
They're
mean, they're
brilliant characters.
I mean, they were some of my favorite characters from the Morrison run.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm like, I'm really hopefully optimistic that this book is going to be everything that I want it to be, and yet live up to Tom Taylor's All New Wolverine, but still be different enough to make it her own. That's what I want.
I mean, I think the art makes it look a lot
love
of
that
fun.
artist.
I'm really excited about it. I love the all new Wolverine run. I personally am a little disappointed she's not going to be called Wolverine
Yeah.
anymore. Mainly because when Marvel killed Logan initially, it seemed like it was it seemed pretty permanent. I mean, obviously it's comics. Character deaths aren't permanent.
No one dies.
No one dies in comics.
No one
but
dies, you fool.
at the same time, I mean, there have been characters who've been gone way longer, and it's done really well. And her book isn't doing poorly. I mean, it obviously isn't doing poorly because they're giving her another new book.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the thing. You kind of had your cake and were able to eat it too because Wolverine was dead, but you had Old Man Logan from the other reality, and he's been the Logan outlet, and you're still telling good Logan stories with him, and you can tell the same Logan stories with him that you could have told with regular Wolverine, and then because he doesn't want to be called Wolverine anymore, you have all new Wolverine with Laura, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, it's so good.
Which is it was a fun book because especially when you had Dakin show up and Dakin was like, "What are you doing calling yourself Wolverine? You're not Dad." And of course them. Yeah.
I'm Deacon.
And it's like
He's kind of really.
I
I
love
never knew
Deacon.
he had a son, but he's kind of really annoying in the.
I love him.
Oh, Dakin's he's a jerk. He's just he's
Depending on the writer is depending on if he's good or not. Like that's one of those characters.
He's kind of just like,
hard.
man, I want to go kill my dad. Like what? All right, okay.
yeah. So anyway,
That and the all female Hunt for Wolverine book are like on the same level for me. I couldn't really decide which one of those is.
I
better
like
for me.
Claws of a Killer better, and I
Well,
think because it's like a
Mystery and
smaller
Magic-
story.
Mystery and Madripoor. That's
yeah.
it.
Okay, so X-23 is out this week.
Check it
Also, there's more Hunt for Wolverine out this week as well. I believe it's Adamantium Agenda this week.
Yeah.
So definitely come check that out as well.
That's also-
Speaking of X-23, she just showed up in the
I was
book.
gonna say, ironically enough, at this point, anything Tom Taylor's writing, he's finding an excuse to bring her into it.
Oh yeah.
So he's so like you can tell the man loves that
But that's
character.
Well,
pretty on topic.
you'll probably
She
the
just showed up.
Adamantium Agenda will probably be the book where we conclude her as Wolverine, probably
It might
Yeah.
be.
because she's Wolverine.
Do
in
you
it
have
right
a
now,
theory
right?
that one of the books they'll find Wolverine? Or are they doing like a haha, it was just to get your money? This one is the one.
No,
where
I
they
think
find
they're
Wolverine.
all. I think all
Or
the
no, they're supposed to come together.
Yeah.
in the thing
I
and see
think
what they've learned.
that's gonna be the
Yes, I think to Will's point, I don't know if they'll actually find Wolverine.
I hope so. I hope it's like a, are you getting the right book thing where one of the teams actually ends up finding him.
only one of them.
and
But
going,
Just
my,
the one.
my thing is that the Omega issue of all the minis is called Dead Ends. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Well, I
that's
think
a
the
little.
description was them putting all their information together and being like, we found him, he has to be here, they find him, they get him, which was, it kind of makes it like I could have just skipped like all of it I could have just grabbed the next one and they would have done the thing that comics do where they sum the whole thing up. Like, just have it be one of the books.
So I'm just gonna tell you right now. If anyone comes in and is like, yeah, I don't want the rest of the minis, just give me the Dead Ends book, I'm coming after you.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm coming after you, Will.
Wait, can you please just
the books
quote
are
the thing
still
from,
good.
What is that show that you desperately want me to finish and one day I'll get to?
What, Community?
Yes, I will come at you with everything I have.
Yes.
That's what I want.
All right. Anyway,
everything I've got.
So then, another big release this week coming up is Titans number 23. It's spinning out of No Justice and out of the Titans special that's reestablished who the new team is. Dick Grayson is once again the leader.
Hooray.
And yeah, maybe.
He never left.
No,
right. but he's again the leader. They're not. He's not leaving.
They only kept him and Donna from the last team.
Yeah, but I think didn't he have to convince Donna to stay?
So
like,
who's
he had
the
to
new
convince
team?
Donna, but it's him, Donna, Miss Martian, because they're
her.
operating out of the Hall of Justice, and Miss Martian was like, my uncle sent me to watch over you
Did
guys.
they explain where she's been, or was it just like hey, I'm here?
He kind of,
Good for
yeah,
her.
if I
Good for
remember
her.
correctly.
That's
Beast
kinda
Boy's there, but Beast Boy's now angsty because he's like, ever since No Justice, I inexplicably can't use my powers right, even though we never brought that up in No Justice, so it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I
But
thought
whatever.
isn't it something about the source wall? The source wall.
Yeah, the source
broke,
wall's broken,
so
but
now-
they don't bring it up in No Justice. They don't. They don't
it
say
time.
anything. Like that was No Justice is over. They lost their chance to establish it. You just pick up with Beast Boy shortly after No Justice, and he looks weird. He's just like, keep it together, man. Keep it together, man. And then all of a sudden, this girl, the little girl, asks for an autograph, and he's like, go away, and he morphs into this gross thing, and that's his like form now. That's his default form, and he's like, I don't know why. He can morph back to himself, but he has to concentrate really hard. But
So
he's
he's
just this weird big ape man now.
So he's like
This
Clayface.
Beast. He's basically like Beast.
No, he's like
More.
Clayface, really, because Clayface can always turn back into his normal human self, but he can't hold it for
Well,
very
yeah,
long.
but he can't morph into people like Clayface can. But yes, and we also have the new female Steel. She's on the book.
That's right.
She's their tech person. And could we look up a pic? I'm gonna look up a picture really quick
Well,
of
you
the
do
lineup.
that. The female Steel.
Yes.
Because you finished Superwoman, right?
No, I did not.
Okay. So do you know
I only
though
read-
if it's his niece that pops up in it?
I don't know. The only
In
super
Injustice 2, they're together, I think. Because I had
together?
never seen Steel and the female Steel.
Well-
They're husband and wife in that book. Because that's the first time I've ever seen her character, and then she shows up.
She pops up in Superwoman as Jean Paul. What's his name? What's Steele's real name?
John Irons.
John Irons.
Not Jean.
Oh yeah,
don't know why
Raven's also there, and
Yes.
it's this new character. I think I don't think he's a member of the team, but he's on the cover.
New or nude?
Let me see what do we got.
New.
Yeah, it's this kid that's
All right. That might be Jericho.
no.
No, I think that is actually Jericho.
Is it
Is
Jericho?
I don't think they've confirmed who it is.
It looks
Nobody
like
knows who it
Jericho.
is.
Yeah, no. So I mean, but we've got Raven. Raven is
Raven's there. So Raven and Beast Boy have upgraded from the Teen Titans over to this book because Damian was like, get out.
Well,
or
yeah.
no, Damian didn't even say get out. He was just like, I'm forming a new team. Because I guess off screen the Teen Titans were like, yeah, we're done. Because at the end of the Teen Titans run, they all are like, yeah, we're gonna be the Teen Titans forever, and we pick up with them, and it's like Beast Boy and Raven are doing their own things, and Raven was like Dick goes to Raven and he's like, join me, and she's like, well, yeah, I heard Damian's morphing a new team, and he didn't even ask me, so I guess I'll go with you, whatever. I'm basically your age anyway. We're all considerably older than Damian and Wally, because they're the younger members of the team, even though her and Wally are who knows at this point.
What an awful couple.
Really? Ooh. Not her and older Wally. Her and the newer Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was written interestingly, although the one scene where they're like getting together during a fight, Aqualad's like, stop, we're fighting. This is not the time or place to be like kissing each other. Like, I get it, it's cool, whatever, I'm down, but like, we gotta fight. We're being attacked. We might die. Let's get our head in the game, please.
So all right. So yeah. So those
the Titans book. I'm looking forward to it because it's not just going to be because Wally's not on the team anymore, and they bring it up. They bring it up in Flash War because the Justice League and the Titans show up, and it's Dick, Donna, and Roy. And Roy's like, "I heard you made a new team. What the heck? What?" And they don't even. That's it. You just see him say that to Dick. You don't. I don't even think you get to see his response. But
get
yeah,
like a Titans War in a few months. It'll be great, and it'll explain it all.
Probably. Hopefully, it's not like Trinity War or whatever that event was called back in New 52. But the Titans
It had its moments of goodness. Not a lot, but it had some.
Yeah.
Well, fun. Don't ask me. I can't remember.
I'm not even. I have no words. Yeah. Anyway, so those are the new releases coming up. Again, just to recap because it's been going on for a while. Amazing Spider-Man #1, Superman #1, Flash #50, Hawkman #2, X-23 #1, and Titans #23. Those are some of the big new releases. There's plenty of other ones. Definitely stop by your local comic shop. Hopefully it's a comic shop in New Paltz, the only comic shop in New Paltz.
Only comic shop in New Paltz. If you live anywhere within any miles, just come fly out to see it. Fly out to see your favorite comic book podcast.
So we have so those are the new releases. They'll be available this week. Stop in or wherever your local comic shop is and grab them. Other things, so there's news, a lot of big news this week in the comic book world. One we have to address is probably the biggest news this week. Steve Ditko passed away over the weekend. He was his two most notable creations or co-creations were the Amazing Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Yeah,
did a few DC characters too, right?
Yeah, the Creeper,
the Question, yeah. Before he moved over to DC, because the Question was originally
Marvel.
Atlas.
No, the Question. Yeah, he was Atlas. The
Atlas,
Question is DC.
Oh,
yes, but
remember?
Atlas is.
Yeah,
what
Atlas
Marvel
was
turned
where
into.
he was. Oh.
No, Atlas is what turned into Marvel.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what he
What
said.
did I say?
You said that's what Marvel turned into.
You knew what I meant.
But no, yeah. So I mean, it's a big loss for the comic book industry. Steve Ditko had been doing a lot of creator-owned things over the last couple of years. He's a giant in the industry, especially considering the characters he's created and the attention that they've gotten as of late. Especially Doctor Strange, who he's just starting to ramp up with major popularity.
Can we talk about all the not memes, but all the fan arts is what I'm going to call them, with that, where it's Doctor Strange opening the portal, and it's Steve Ditko, and at the bottom it says "Thank you, Steve." It really it was.
I really hope both comic companies do something.
Oh yeah, all the creators have been coming out now. They're extending their condolences. They're remembering Steve Ditko. It's one of those things where it's a shame that he didn't stick around to do a lot more mainstream stuff. Because I think that his style especially was something that made comics what they are today. You good, Will?
All right. He's just changing the thing.
So, another thing too, so Steve Ditko is,
because Marvel's doing something at the end of their books for it, right?
Yeah, probably next month.
Sure, yeah,
probably next month's books.
And I'm sure DC is too.
Yeah, DC, Marvel, they're all going to be doing something. So yeah, that was very depressing news over the weekend. Some of the but to change gears to some more upbeat topics. It turns out, I guess, we did miss a new release for this week. Apparently, there is a big surprise new release
that's right.
by Image Comics. It's done by Robert Kirkman and Chris Burnham. It's called Die Die Die. It was never announced. It was never solicited. It was just a book that showed up to comic book retailers. It is out this week. I'm sure it's going to be flying out of here pretty quick, considering it's
Robert Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman, and the fact that it was just a surprise book that no one heard about.
Get it while you still
so
can.
now,
Yeah.
now that it's in the news, everyone's going to be flying in, grabbing it. So, try and grab it as soon as possible.
Come to the store. Ask us to write you down as a subscriber. We'll have an issue that'll be set aside just for you,
Bam.
and you get 10% off. Whoa.
So that's a big thing. Another real big piece of comic news that came out in the last couple of days for a lot of indie readers out there. Umbrella Academy is finally returning to the comic scene. We have with the announcement of its new television series. Gerard Way has recently announced that him and Gabriel Ba are both returning to do the new Umbrella Academy series called Hotel Oblivion, which is due out this October, the first issue. I guess they're going to be talking a lot about it at this the San Diego Comic-Con this year. So stay tuned for more news about that, which, by the way, we will probably be doing an entire podcast solely about the news of San Diego Comic-Con.
I thought you were going to be like for Umbrella Academy, and I was like,
No.
crap, I got a lot of reading to do because I don't think I ever finished it.
So we're going to be doing there's going to be a podcast solely about the news spinning out of San Diego Comic-Con, which that may be a week where we may be doing two podcasts, one for our normal and one for just for San Diego.
We can do it very interesting. And you almost said New York Comic-Con. I'll be there. You can meet up with me if you want. I'll be there. Just shameless plug. You can meet us.
just
up
look-
How
at
was that a
us.
show?
Maybe we'll
What
do
are
an
you
event.
promoting? Just you?
Yeah,
I'll
we're
just
gonna,
be there.
he's going to be
I'll
at New
be
York
there.
Comic-Con.
Maybe
just
we
look
could-
for this
maybe we
pretty
could do
face.
like a thing.
Just look for this pretty face. This
We
pretty
can
face
have
right here.
we can have maybe like we could set something up. Mike's got a booth down there, don't we? Got a booth down there,
No,
don't
we
we?
don't. We don't have a booth down there.
What? I
And
thought we
Will,
did.
No,
Will,
no, we
I
don't
just,
have a
I just
booth.
want you to know that you're the most precious thing in the world to me.
you're-
Devon, could you stroke his face for me, please?
No.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Ew.
All right, moving on. All right. So Umbrella Academy, for all you indie readers out there who fondly remember the first two miniseries, which were fantastic. It is coming out this October. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your ears open and look for the announcements. Another big interesting thing that's going to be returning later this year is the DC Milestone
Oh, boy.
reality.
So explain for like me, because I have no idea what that is. Explain what that is.
The DC Milestone characters were characters created by, I believe they were originally created by Dwayne McDuffie, which consisted of Static Shock,
Icon.
Yeah,
Icon was there.
Yep.
No Icon.
Duo.
I don't know any other comic.
Yeah.
I don't know any other characters outside of those two.
Yeah.
From that.
It from what it sounds like, the DC's relaunch of the Milestone characters is going to be in its own reality. They're going to be a separate line of books that are going to exist in what they're calling, as of right now, or at least what they were calling it before, is Earth M for Earth Milestone.
Yeah.
So they've announced this relaunch before several times. Once during New 52, towards the
Static. I was gonna say Static Shock had a series for New
He
52.
Yeah,
did,
but
and it was in the reality. It was in the same reality.
But what they're doing now is they want to bring back all the Milestone characters,
Okay.
and they want to establish it as its own reality. But like I said, they've announced this relaunch before. I'm not sure what's been holding it up, why it's been falling apart. But as of right now, there's a couple of artists who are saying that this fall is going to be the official relaunch They're launching with a handful of characters. Static Shock obviously leading the charge, and you're gonna get a milestone one-shot introductory book. It's basically gonna go over all the what milestone is, so that way new readers can jump into it, and and hopefully it'll be a line that sticks around. I think it has. I mean, Static Shock. I mean, I have fond memories of watching the cartoon. I loved Static when I was a kid. I haven't really read him in anything that's stuck in my mind. I never read any of the original Milestone stuff, so we'll see what happens with that.
I'm not super excited about the fact that it's in a different universe. I don't know why. It's just I like those characters being able to interact with the DC characters, and the fact because it was in a different universe, I get the reason why, but like you already made it like it's been part of the regular DC universe for so long now. Why go back? Why backpedal now? Like just let them have their own books. Why do they need to be in their own like world? I mean, that's just my personal preference, though. It's just
I agree.
I like the Milestone characters that I know of. I mean, I haven't seen the only actual experience I've had of Icon is when he's shown up in Young Justice, the TV show. Great show. Excited that it's coming back on the DC streaming service. Excited to see what they're doing with season 3. But to stay on topic, I liked Icon for the little bit that we saw him in that. Static Shock is a character I'm way more familiar with, and I do enjoy him. I didn't read his new 52 run, but I also haven't really heard anything about it.
It
So.
didn't last long.
His new 52 run, I can't remember who the writer was. I remember it being one of those things where we were trying to get more into.
Didn't they just call it Static too?
I think it was Static Shock.
No, if I remember correctly.
But
I'm
we were getting into the fact that Virgil was more very scientific, like he was very techy. But I feel like that was part of the issue was that they were trying to drop in way too many Oxford Dictionary words. So
like 6-point SAT words.
Yeah, to really like drive home the point that he's a scientist instead of just having him just be like a fun character who happens to be a scientist.
So he's a scientist.
Yes, he's a scientist who just happens to have powers and is a superhero.
Because that hasn't been done before.
No. But yeah, I remember reading the first couple issues and not loving it, but I didn't hate it. But it was like I was looking for more fun.
John Rossum?
John Rossum is
Rossum.
And Scott McDaniel.
No idea.
Anyway, so we'll see what happens with the Milestone characters. Hopefully they're gonna be big with the relaunch. It'd be nice to see something else that DC will put out that'll draw some attention to the company, rather than just trying to find new things to reboot every 5 years.
Nice.
What was that?
I mean,
that was subtle.
It was like nice.
Oh, I thought you were like giving some sort of like shade.
No.
Speaking of relaunches, also this fall we're going to be having Archie Comics is going to be getting a relaunch.
Oh boy. Archie, what is his last name?
Andrews.
It's like something
Archie
stupid.
Andrews. It's something.
Andrews?
I wanted to say like Garfunkel or something. I don't know why.
Archie Garfunkel.
Anyway,
Veronica.
Archie is getting a relaunch. It's continuing from the current Mark Waid run, but it's getting renumbered to the legacy numbering with issue 700.
Legacy. Does Marvel own Archie?
No, Archie is Archie's owned by Archie Comics.
Oh, right. I forgot they're their own thing.
That book is also, surprisingly enough, going to be written by Nick Spencer, who's also writing Amazing Spider-Man. And is going to be drawn by Marguerite we're not sure how to pronounce her last name. We think it's Marguerite Savage.
I've always pronounced it Marguerite Savage, and I love her work.
Or it could be Sauvage because
it's
an
AU. It might not be pronounced, but I feel like it's there for a reason.
It could be.
I'm just going Savage. I'm sticking with it.
I mean, the U could be silent. It could be one of those.
We'll look up an interview later on.
Will we, though?
Maybe.
I will insert a video now,
Marguerite Sauvage.
and that's the pronunciation of that name.
Wow, Will, that video was really enlightening.
Thank you.
Next topic.
So we're just gonna pretend that we saw a video, and we're not
Yeah,
gonna like go
put it
back
right
to
there.
the mispronunciation.
You're gonna
of the name?
ruin the magic of my
Come
editing
on,
power.
that was perfect.
Anyway,
I
so-
set him up so good for that.
Yeah, that
too.
was really great.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Will.
much.
Thank you for appreciating me.
Thank you, Steve.
It's okay.
Thank you for playing along.
Anyway, so
Anytime.
but yeah, so that was a great video, Will.
Little
The
late to the
other
party.
Now trying to bring it back.
the other another thing in the movie side of the comic news.
Ooh.
We have an official green light on production for, wait for it, drum roll please,
I want to know if you're going to pronounce it right.
the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie.
I was really hoping you were going to do the thing you did earlier when you were
Yeah.
telling
Oh,
us
you mean
about
when it-
this. Joaquin. Joaquin.
I don't know
It's
if.
Joaquin.
Listen, I don't know if I need this.
It's
I
Joaquin
still
Phoenix.
don't know if I need this.
Well, it's gonna be apparently the movie supposedly is going to be an adaptation of The Killing Joke. It's gonna be the Joker's origin, which if we're still gonna aim for a shared movie universe, I think it's gonna be very odd to see Joker's origin movie where the Joker looks significantly older than his
And less methed out.
and then his current his current contemporary counterpart, which is going to be played by Jared Leto in
that still happening?
in the Jared Leto Joker movie, which is due
I
out.
thought it was Jared Loker.
Jared Loker?
Jared Leto and excuse me, Joker and Harley Quinn is what I'm trying to say.
It could be, it could not be. No, from what I hear, that from what they have said, the lineup right now is there's a Birds of Prey movie, which stars Harley. There's a Suicide Squad 2 movie that stars
there's
Harley.
a Birds of Prey movie that stars Harley.
Wait,
Yes.
I know. Does it actually star her? Because I thought it was just Margot Robbie directing and her production company doing.
No, she's gonna be in it. Harley's gonna be
Oh,
in it.
hell.
She's gonna be one of the Birds of Prey. And
I'm
oh
done.
my God,
the
I'm gonna
current
throw
and the
up.
current rumor about that as well is that Batgirl is gonna be in it, but there will be no Batgirl costume.
I'm done.
What?
I'm done.
Yeah.
I am.
But
going,
is she gonna be Oracle?
I don't
or
know.
is she just gonna be
if,
like
she,
you
if
get
she's
to
gonna be
Batgirl?
Oracle, I'll be okay with that.
No,
barely.
but why would she be?
I'm okay. I'm not even like I'm okay with a Birds of Prey movie, but not with like Harley Quinn. What?
All right. Well, anyway, so
just do Gotham
hold-
City Sirens.
Hold on, stop. So we have Birds of Prey with Harley Quinn, Batgirl, Catwoman supposedly,
jack
and then
that
we
up.
we have the Suicide Squad 2 movie, which is also going to have Harley Quinn in it. Then we have the Harley Quinn Joker movie. Then we have the Joker origin movie starring Joaquin Phoenix, and then we also have the Jared Leto Joker movie, which I don't know when that's happening, but supposedly it is. So we have a lot of Joker Harley movies, and really nothing else aside from titles and theories and.
My insides hurt right now just thinking of all of. I'm sorry. Like, listen, Margot Robbie did a fun job. Like, I would have liked the accent to be a little heavier.
Yeah.
But she did a fun job. I liked it. And from what little we saw of it, I didn't mind Leto's Joker. I thought it was interesting.
There wasn't enough of Leto's Joker to
No,
judge.
I mean, but it made me uncomfortable, certainly. There were some moments I was like, oh.
I don't know if anything made me uncomfortable. I think it was like his Joker was a little bit more goofy than I expected. There wasn't anything that he did
I'll
that was
give you that.
uncomfortable.
No, there was just some
Now, okay.
little moments.
Now,
that I
when
was like,
you're
ugh.
you're talking about uncomfortable, I mean, like look what Heath Ledger did.
No, obviously.
Heath Ledger's you the man walked on screen and you were kind of like, ugh.
Oh no, I was like, yes, shove the
I-
pencil through that guy's forehead.
I don't. DC, you got good villains. The reason they're cool is because they're the villains. So stop making them the protagonists of movies that you probably might not even make. So just stop it. Also, stop shoving Harley Quinn down everybody's throats.
And I never thought I'd say
the
that.
The reason she was so cool was because you got to see like a little bit of her in the animated series. Like she showed up. She showed up quite a few times.
She was relevant.
And honestly,
she was relevant in the show, but yeah, she wasn't like Batman's new sidekick like she is in the new
was that
movie.
episode.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
in an
like-
episode. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about the whole show. Not a 2-hour movie
But no.
of Batman running around with Nightwing and Harley Quinn, played
Watch-
by the
watch-
girl from The Big Bang Theory.
So, but yeah, so back on track here. I mean, some of the so other news, some other big news, and again, this is indie people news, and this is especially
God, it's been
big
a good
news.
day for indies.
Yeah, and it's also big news for anyone who is a Valiant fan.
Like you.
This guy right here.
Like you.
The camera's off now, by the way.
Fine,
Oh.
it's fine. They all know who I
he
am.
was pointing to himself.
They've
Yeah.
all seen my posts and
Let's
my
get
events.
ready.
We are getting a live action Quantum and Woody
I'm
television
hyped.
show.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it's gonna be on TBS.
I'm ready.
And it's gonna be produced by the Russo brothers.
That's gonna be sick.
The same guys who did the Infinity War. So this is gonna be
and the Captain America trilogy, or at least the last two.
the last two.
The last
Who
two.
did the first one?
Joe Johnson.
Who cares? That one's like the least best out of
Was
all of them.
awful.
Let's go.
Anyway, so yes,
the Russo
live
brothers
action.
haven't had a bad movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe yet.
No.
Wow, knock on wood. You better knock
Yeah.
on
I
wood
said
right
yeah.
now.
I said yeah.
You
Well,
better
that's the
knock on wood
problem.
right
Knocking
now.
on the
wood. Here,
God.
knocking on the
If
wood.
Avengers 4 is less than spectacular, I'm coming at you.
They
With
already made it.
everything
They
I
already
have.
made it. I don't think I can jinx it. They already made it.
That doesn't mean it's
It does not mean it's good.
anyway.
God, I'm not
So-
superstitious like you.
So
Like us
anyway,
what? Exactly.
yeah.
I can't say it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so live action Quantum and Woody on TBS, produced by the Russo brothers. It's gonna be awesome. Hey, listen, everyone who's out there, vote for Joel McHale to play Woody.
Oh, God,
If
please.
he is
He is the
Woody.
character.
You have to get him.
So I'm wondering, with the TV show, just because I feel like you would know this, and the success of Quantum and Woody the book, are they going to have that writer who? What else does he write for?
Oh,
Writer we
Daniel
had here at the
Kibble-Smith?
store.
Yeah, we had him here at
Yeah.
the store. BT Dubs, we still have signed issues.
Yes, we
And,
do.
Oh.
We also
and
have
they're metallic. Yeah, there's a foil.
We have,
there's foil.
we have,
Yeah, they got a pretty
we have a
sick-
signed number 3 foil goat hanging on the wall, signed by Daniel Kibble-Smith.
because you know you love a goat.
Yeah, well, it's a goat with laser beam
He was a nice
eyes.
guy.
He was
when
very
we met
lovely.
him.
He
was a
a
good
nice
dude.
guy.
Daniel Kibble-Smith. Shout out to Daniel Kibble-Smith. When we post this, we're gonna be tagging you in it.
Thanks for coming out.
He's
Thanks for-
gonna hate you.
Thanks for
Thanks for your
coming to the
first and
store.
last time at the store.
No,
Wow,
actually,
what?
No,
First and
no. You know what? No, I actually think that he had such a lovely time that he would be back.
He
again.
did. Yeah, no, and honestly,
Come on the podcast.
Yeah.
Come on.
Devin, get on this.
I can
You're the one
tag
with
him
all
in it.
these
I
Valiant
follow him.
connections. Get
Anyway-
on this.
Okay, well, anyway, other Valiant news. This
his
isn't.
face?
This isn't at. What's his face?
I can't
Wow.
think of his name right
wow.
now. I'm tired.
Oh my God, he's gonna listen to this too. He listened to the first one.
Yes!
He's gonna
Who did?
hate you, man.
I enjoy him.
Oh, Matt, the guy from Valiant that
yes,
got.
I could
oh
not
my
think
God.
of his name.
Yeah,
I
did you
just
like
the
blanked
last
out
one?
hard.
Yeah, he actually really enjoyed it. Matt, if you're listening to this
Sorry,
one,
Matt.
congratulations on your
Yes,
promotion as sales
congratulations.
director.
Shout out to Matt.
It's gonna be great. You're gonna bring so many awesome new things to the table for these guys. You gotta come up with some really cool marketing things.
Are
like
you just saying that so he can
Yeah.
hold them for you?
And-
Yeah, Batman.
so listen.
Please come on our podcast. I love you.
You know,
I actually really do enjoy him. He's a good time.
I also
Have you ever met him before?
No.
He's really
Yes, you
fun.
did. He
No,
was
I
here.
haven't.
He was here with the
Dan.
event.
Dan.
With Daniel Kibble-Smith. He was
Yeah.
here.
Oh,
You
he was the
might-
other
you-
guy.
Yeah.
But I didn't
No,
know him.
he's really a delight.
I didn't introduce
Yeah,
So
Matt's
We
great.
have to have him on one day.
Yes, we will. We will. I'm sure
Both of
his
them.
his schedule is not going to allow that for right now, because with his
Well, this is why you should have got him sooner.
Well,
This is poor planning
This
on
is
your
our
part.
second episode.
our second episode. But
don't-
no, again, yes. Seriously though, Matthew Klein, congratulations. You deserve it, buddy.
Yeah.
And thank you again for all the help you've given our store, and all the cool promotional items and everything else. you're one of the best reps I've ever had for any company I've dealt with. Thank you so much. Sky's the limit, buddy.
I'm clapping.
Yeah, I wasn't
Microphone's
laughing
in my
at
hand,
the sky's
but-
the limit. I was laughing at whatever weird way Will's clapping.
I have to hold
Palm
the
to
microphone,
wrist?
so I'm
Yeah.
yeah, it's palm to wrist. That's what
There's-
you usually
and there's-
do if you're
and there's-
holding a microphone.
All right, and there's one, and then and once again, I mean that's like I said, sky's the limit. And right now, there's something that we heard when we were children that is more true now than ever before, and it was Buzz Lightyear said
I knew
it
you were gonna go
to
there.
infinity and beyond, and that's where we're headed now. We're headed to the beyond section.
Oh yeah.
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
I was gonna try to make
Is
a
this
few jokes,
the
but-
segue into the Star Wars news?
Yes.
Oh wait, what's
Oh,
Star Wars?
amen.
Yes.
I've been waiting for this to be announced since episode 7 was.
I know.
Oh, I
Billy
know what we're talking
D.
about.
Billy D. Williams is back as Lando
Thank
Calrissian.
That was all right. Before we get into the fact that he's there, I am really mad that he hasn't shown up yet. That's really dumb.
Do you want to know what he's been too busy doing?
Are you sure he's been too busy, or they just didn't ask
yes,
him?
it's just hilarious to me.
What?
He has been on General Hospital as a guest appearance as a janitor for the hospital.
Oh my God!
That's amazing.
Isn't it
He-
though?
amazing.
You have no idea.
No,
Hold on.
doubt.
Wait.
I doubt
Is
he
is
was
a
like
drunk janitor who drinks Colt
No,
45.
ironically enough, he's in recovery.
Of course
No,
he is.
Of course
I
he
doubt-
is.
he is.
There is
Because
no.
we couldn't have any shameless plugs on General Hospital because it's such
Why,
a
was he really an alcoholic in life?
no.
Oh.
I'm saying because he used to do the Colt 45 commercials.
I don't know what that is.
A drink, obviously, but
Hold on, you guys, look it up on your phone. Colt 45, Billy D. Williams. Come on, man.
do we really need to do that?
Apparently.
now?
Yeah,
'cause-
no, because he has to. You're gonna see the commercial and you're gonna
Come
know
on,
exactly
you
what I'm talking about. Stop cursing at your phone and just make
I
it
didn't
work.
curse at my phone.
want to express my anger that he hasn't come back, and I doubt that this
Yeah, but
man,
it's-
man went my TV role on General Hospital or the
No.
Star Wars sequel.
Hold on, stop for a second. And first off,
What's his
he's
name?
Billy D. Williams.
It's on the sheet of paper.
I can't read
Oh.
like that far. Plus,
You could just type in Colt 45.
I did it. It didn't come up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I had to.
Is this really necessary?
There
We're
you go.
I'm
burning
just gonna edit
daylight.
this shit out.
There is no
Here.
daylight anymore. This
That's
is
what I
like
was
we're
getting
it's 11
to.
o'clock at night.
It really is. It's late. It's past
Anyway,
my bedtime.
so Billy D's coming back, and no, I don't think Billy D turned anything down. He
yeah,
flat
they didn't write him in.
They-
I thought
he-
they didn't.
no,
they didn't have a
he-
concept for him to come in.
he flat out said he goes I wasn't asked.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Don't play with the audio. We might get copyright stricken. I'm gonna keep talking so that.
we're editing this out.
Oh,
We're not
I thought-
editing. No, we're actually talking about real stuff.
yeah, we
I'm
started
sorry.
talking about
So
the real
turn your mic
things.
off.
I
while
just.
while
It's too late. I want to
Uh,
know why.
Well, we
this
were
woman-
talking during it, so we can. Yeah, it was
Anyway,
modified
so-
audio, but
so-
that. But the fact that they didn't ask him is just like I would have gotten it if they wanted to mirror because they've done such a. I don't know what their mission to do with this whole thing is because they
kill him?
started as if they wanted to mirror the original trilogy with Episode 7. You could argue it was a ripoff or
It
an
was.
homage, but that
It was
Love
literally the same movie.
It was a
JJ.
lot better.
it was pretty much like.
JJ,
JJ?
don't return to the Jedi episode 9.
Well, that's
Jedi.
everybody's like least
JJ.
favorite, or most people's least favorite. I kind of really like that one,
To be
but
perfectly honest with you, I like Empire and Return better than I like the original Star Wars.
That's fair. I do too.
some people, yeah. But I think I would have seen it if they brought him into 8. Like if they were trying to do like, haha, it took him a movie to get into this one too. But it doesn't make any sense. Why would it take you till the last movie in your trilogy to finally get Lando to show up?
Well, don't forget.
I've been asking for this.
Yeah, but here's the other thing too. I mean, you gotta look at listen. I'm not excusing this. Honestly, when you really think about it, Return of the Jedi, Last Jedi. One of the biggest problems with it is it supposedly takes place in this 48-hour window.
Oh yeah, because the
and-
whole movie's a big long chase scene.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's such a waste of a story. You don't progress anything. We went from one base to the other base, and that base got blown up too.
Yeah,
So-
nothing. If you think about it,
Nothing
not a lot
happened.
happens on the rebel side.
I know what he was busy doing. I
What?
found it.
I thought you said he was on General Hospital.
He pops in and out. It's
Oh.
a recurring status, is what he's always listed as. He was busy with the epic success of the Dirty Dancing TV movie.
Well, he wasn't busy with it. We just said he wasn't asked to do Star Wars anyway.
I know. I
So
couldn't
anyway,
remember what else he been
but
in.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's the thing. So you really couldn't have him show up in Last Jedi because when could
There
they
was
have
no window.
There was
no,
no-
you could have. They could have gone to the rich planet and met Lando because he's rich now.
Is
Maybe. No, we don't
Well,
know
he
what he's
owns-
doing.
he owns a
do they
planet.
even,
Yeah,
like,
he owns a
reference him?
planet.
No, I mean, he does own a planet. No, but they don't reference him, which is also, and again, we also have like,
yeah, they don't reference him. That's like a problem. He's like
and we
the other guy.
Well,
He
don't
was
forget-
there. To get to the positives to like close it out so we can get to the last topic is just I'm really excited he's back. I can't wait to see what they do with Lando. I hope 9's actually really good as opposed to its predecessors.
I liked the last one.
The Last Jedi. It was weird.
anything
but-
that had Jedi in it was fine. Everything else, not so much. The last order of business, one of the last pieces of news this week, Jeremy Renner, Mr. Hawkeye himself, has been cast in another superhero-related movie or comic book movie. It's not really a superhero movie. No, it's not. He's not really a superhero. He has been cast in the new Spawn movie. As one of the detectives who handles all of the Spawn cases. He was cast as Twitch Williams of the pair Sam and Twitch. So that's exciting news. They're fun characters. They're the guys that are usually having to deal with all of the supernatural cases in the city. They a lot of times wind up having to cover for Spawn, which, puts them in a kind of a bad place because obviously they're law enforcement and they're supposed to really be kind of, not letting someone go around murdering crime lords.
Like you do.
But, so that's where that is. Jeremy Renner should, hopefully he has a decent sized role in the movie. Jamie Foxx was recently also cast in the movie as the lead character of Spawn. So obviously, Jamie Foxx is the lead character, so he's going to get most of the screen time. It's also Jamie Foxx, so he's probably going to commandeer more screen time. But
I just don't know how I feel about Jamie Foxx doing that.
I don't
Is
see.
he being Spawn?
Yeah, he's going to be
Oh.
Spawn.
Like
I He's not. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the costume is what makes him menacing. So I mean, there's that. So we don't have to worry about him looking menacing because the costume is what does it. So hopefully he at least does a decent voice. I kind of really just want, like, whenever he actually has the costume on, like when his face is covered,
for it to be Goliath.
Yes, I want it to be.
Yes.
I want.
I can't
Keith,
think of what his
I
name.
want Keith David to come back and
Yes.
just
So
voice
yes.
it when he's Spawn.
I
Like-
support that.
Like if you want to have Jamie Foxx be Al Sims, is that
Yes.
yeah. I'm fine with that. But when he's in costume and he's
When he's
kicking-
got the mask on.
when he's got the mask on, it should be voiced by Keith David. He is the one and only Spawn.
And even if they want to do it, like, do a voiceover where, like, it's more Keith David's voice under Jamie Foxx's.
yeah.
Like, I'd support that.
Now that I think about it, you remember we watched the
We
Spawn
watched
anime.
most of it.
Yeah. You remember what Twitch was like in the show?
No.
Remember the two detectives?
Yeah,
and
I know who
And he was
Twitch
like,
is.
and Twitch was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
right away, sir." And he's like this, like, really like
Mhm.
Sam was like the big burly detective.
Shoving donuts down his
and
gullet.
Twitch is like this very weaselly kind. It's gonna be really weird.
That's
to
what I
see-
meant.
to
Jeremy
see
Renner's going to
Jeremy-
have to go, like, all Christian Bale psycho to kind of look
It's gonna be
that way.
weird. I mean, unless they're gonna flip it and they're gonna
They
make
might.
Twitch more of the hard.
I really thought he was going to be the guy that marries Wanda when I first saw that he had joined the cast.
Oh no!
I can't think of what his name is. It's not Jason. It's his son.
No, it's not.
In the movie, it's his son. That's why I was thinking.
No, he's not his son in the movie.
Isn't he?
No.
I don't know why I thought he was.
He's just friends with Al. And don't
Okay.
forget, in the movie they made him white. In the comics and in the animated movie, or in the animated show, the guy who marries Wanda is black.
Yeah.
That was.
forgot about
oh my
that.
God! Could you imagine if the Spawn movie was made today? People would lose their mind.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, why can't Martin Sheen? It's Martin Sheen.
No, not Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen was he was a white
that's
guy in
right,
the
he was
comic.
a white guy in
I'm
the
talking about the
comic.
guy who marries
Yeah.
Wanda.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember what his name is.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't he die anyway?
Eventually,
I think doesn't Wanda die too? Don't they all die?
I think the only one left is his daughter.
Yeah, I thought Wanda died too.
Yeah, no, Wanda.
Angela bit it because she went over to Marvel.
No, Angela bit it because there was a big lawsuit.
Well, that's who.
Yeah, big
spear
lawsuit.
right
Neil
through the
Gaiman
chest.
and Todd McFarlane went at it in the legal department.
And Marvel supported.
And Marvel was like, "Oh yeah, Neil, we got your back."
Don't worry. Here's all the money is to make this legal problem go away.
Nice.
But that was also because Todd burned Marvel real hard in the 90s.
And Marvel's vindictive.
Todd
McFarlane.
Todd
was
McFarlane.
doing Spider-Man.
Todd McFarlane. Yeah, Todd
How
McFarlane.
many issues did he even do?
Of what?
Spider-Man. Was it like 10?
No, he did more than that.
Was it?
He drew a lot more than that.
That's what I meant. And I didn't mean writing.
Yeah, and then he wrote and drew his own series for a little bit for
okay.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So yeah, guys. I mean, that's pretty much all we got for news and for new releases.
Awesome.
Listen, if you
Punisher. Don't forget Punisher.
Punisher.
Do we want to
Brilliant.
do recommendations for the week?
Do we have recommendations? Do we have it in us?
I
Two,
mean, for
and
like
just
new,
say it.
for newer stuff like we talked about earlier, Flash, do that. Titans is all right. I'm excited to see what action pops up. You know, just for some differences. And Quantum and Woody, catch up on your Quantum and Woody
Yeah.
now before the TV series comes out.
I am very excited for Spider-Man. Again, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I mean, it's one of those things that if I'm not reading Spider-Man, I'm not reading comics. That's kind of how I am. It's true. Spider-Man's he's my guy. If I'm not reading Spider-Man, like the character that got me in the comics, why am I reading comics? Honestly,
Yeah,
I mean that's the thing. Like,
suppose.
so Spider-Man's my big character, and honestly, everybody, there's a big thing again at the end of Spider-Man #1. Don't let anyone spoil it for you. Go out, pick it up. It's finally happening. Everyone can rejoice after they read the issue. So yes, that I highly recommend. Definitely. I also come in, talk to us here at the store. Tell us what kind of stuff you're into. We can always come up with recommendations. It's hard thinking of stuff right now. I'm like on the spot. I'm trying to
Tell us what you think.
I'm trying to think of something like everything now. Like I'm trying to think of is like it's like shamefully plugging stuff in here to try and move product. So I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Staff recommend.
I don't want to do that.
God, coming at it from such a corporate angle.
So I don't want to plug stuff in here to try and just move stuff. I want people to come in, tell me what you're into, tell me what stuff you like, and I can find stuff and recommend you things. The whole staff here is great. So any day you come in, there's always someone here who can recommend you some fun stuff. Will, what are your recommends for the
He already
week?
said
Well, I already said
Oh,
mine.
well,
We're on
you-
Steve
oh,
now.
Steve.
God, you just forget about me. It's cool.
That's all right.
We only have 3 people on this
I'm
podcast,
gonna
Devon.
go cry about it later.
Well, I was saying if you had anything else you wanted to recommend. 'Cause-
I mean, basically everything from last week, I think, pretty much. Yeah, just that was pretty much all I can think of right now. If Steven has anything that I forgot, if he lists anything, I'll double down on it. Because you did, I think, last week. I think you said like Shadow Man or something.
Yeah, I did.
And I was
Shadow
like,
Man.
yeah.
That was when Devon pieced out because he had to answer the phone.
Oh.
Wow, I just had a giant brain fart. So if I'm going based off of last week, as I had said at the end last week, the Catwoman issue was brilliant. Just
I think you started.
we're not disputing that.
no, I know, but I'm saying I'm recommending it, and after finally reading it, so there's that.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We do have Catwoman.
It's so good.
And it is
Come
a
and
fun
get it.
book.
It is
It's
absurdly
it is
fun.
also the first book to showcase the new paper stock for DC Comics.
That too. So that book is absolutely absurdly brilliant. I already spoke about X-23. Punisher just keeps on keeping on and being an amazing,
The gift
fun,
that keeps on giving.
really gritty without being too gory book. The artist is really it's not going full Garth Ennis, but it's still showing you someone getting their head blown off. But it's a lot of fun and it's really pretty. And Frank in the AI suit, Like the AI is just everything. It's like little snippy one-liners to Frank. God, what else? What else really? I'm looking. I think that's what I got. Punishers. Oh,
right.
Domino. Read Domino. It's fun, especially if you like the character. Like in the Deadpool movie. It's a lot of fun, and it's Gail Simone just kind of having fun.
Then I guess that's it. If before we go, I want to say that you guys can. We had interesting stuff being asked to us during our live stream, and if you guys want, we can have a segment in the show where we answer some questions, because there have been people asking us some burning questions that we didn't get to on the live stream. And yes, also our time management skills. Mike would have picked you up saying that anyway, and I would have heard it later.
Yeah.
But probably
anyway. Listen, yeah. So sound off below in the comments. Leave us
tweet
your
us,
questions.
Instagram, all the October stuff.
Country
Maybe we'll make like a
comics.
special hashtag for it. I know the YouTube comments have started working like that, where you can put a
Really?
hashtag in the thing
Neat.
and search it. I think that's just for the. I'm not sure how that system works, but Twitter will come up with like October country questions.
You
like
kids and your technology.
Yeah, just do
Are
hash.
you like 4 years older than me?
You're like 20, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm 7 years older than you, babe.
What are you
Oh,
talking
geez.
about? He's 13. He just had his moving up ceremony.
God. Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
It was such a great ceremony. I brought you flowers and pinched your little cheeks. Come here, Will. What is happening
great
in this room?
ending.
This is
I don't
what
know.
happens
What
when
are
we're
you
doing
doing?
a podcast.
That's what happens when we stay way too late in this
11:30.
room.
All right. So anyway, yes. Listen, everybody. If you're listening, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
If there's people out there who aren't listening, share this to them. Make them listen. Don't make them
listen.
Don't make them listen.
Go all Clockwork Orange on them.
Yes.
But instead of your eyes, your ears, you stick
your-
all the little pins in.
Oh God.
You know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I know
where-
what you're talking about, but that's like,
Yeah.
I don't want
Jesus
anyone sticking anything in my
Christ.
ear to begin with. Like that's just horrifying.
Oh my God.
So listen. Sound off below. Ask us questions. We'll hopefully be able to answer some on the next podcast next week. Yeah. Again, thanks
Without
for
further
listening.
ado, I'm Will,
I'm
Devon.
Steven.
and this has been the October Country Podcast.
Once again, isn't that something you should be saying?
I didn't know if he was gonna say it. Do you want to redo it so that
How about we all say it? How about we all say it since we're all
the
this-
October Country?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
No, let's do it. Come on the count of 3. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to
The
the October Country Podcast.